Hello, hello, hello. I'm a little bit late in the day, but I have decided to go live and make the pumpkin and spice chicken and waffles. And of course, we're not using chicken, we're using some oyster mushrooms. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Y'all, I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything today. And if you're watching, go ahead and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. Also, if you're not subscribed, also put your name in the chat so I'll know who is watching because it's good to interact. And I have some ingredients out, y'all, and I forgot to get one of my main ingredients, which is the pumpkin spice. So anyway, I'll be using this McCormick pumpkin spice brand and McCormick brand pumpkin spice. I'm going to be using baking powder because I'm going to be making my own batter for the waffles. And obviously, I have children, so if you hear a little too much or you see some children, it's all good. They'll be all throughout, I'm sure. Um, so I also have some of this Benjamin's vanilla extract, pink Himalayan salt. All of this is going into my dry and or wet batter. And I'm using all-purpose flour, some baking powder, and I'm gonna make these buttermilk waffles. I'm going to be doing quite a bit, but I'm used to multitasking in the kitchen. So hopefully I move, rather quickly. And go ahead and drop your name in the chat so I'll know who's watching. All right. So I'm gonna start by getting out the milk. Oh, I think I already have that out. So I'm gonna take this bowl here and make my wet batter. But first I need to make my buttermilk. So this is of course the vegan version of the buttermilk. I'm gonna take probably about a cup of this plain almond milk. No flavor. Y'all excuse the lighting. I said this in my last live. The lighting gets really crazy in this kitchen. I don't even have the overhead light on yet. So um yeah. If it get a little bit too bright, that's okay. We'll get through it. All right. So I'm gonna take y'all, I'm telling you, I don't feel like I'm prepared. I'm not as prepared as I need to be. But anyway, I'm going to take a cup of this almond milk, and it's not room temperature. I would like for it to be, but I feel like by the time I actually start making the waffles, it'll get, you know, warm. It'll kind of warm up. I'm taking a cup of milk, putting it in here, and I'm going to do another half and pour it in here. So that's not halfway full. It's a little more than halfway full. Then I'm going to take some apple cider vinegar. Let me give this a shake real quick. Take a little bit of apple cider vinegar. I would say probably about 2 tablespoons. Well, one and a half tablespoons because it's 1.5 cups of milk. So you can do 1.5 tablespoons. I'm not gonna use the measuring spoon. I'm just gonna fill up that bottom, if you can see it. Just fill up the bottom rim. So it's about here. And just pour it in here. And this has already curdled in the cup where the milk was at. So I'm gonna give this a stir. And it'll curdle up like the buttermilk does. It's already doing it. You can already see it. Y'all can't really see it. Let me see if I can let y'all see this. There you go. It's already curdling up. So you're already getting that buttermilk consistency. That's what we want. And it's happening faster than I thought it would. But anyway, I wanted to warm up a little bit. I'm not putting it in the microwave. I'll just let it warm up as I work. So I'm gonna set this to the side and let's put the milk away and let's get our dry batter going. Y'all, these waffles are gonna be so good. All the kids don't like waffles. And the funny thing about it is I use the same batter for the waffles that I use for the pancakes. And they still don't like the waffles. They don't, I don't know. I guess it's because, pancakes are more fried and waffles are steamed. So it makes sense, but I'm just like, really? So anyway, before we get on these oyster mushrooms, because this is what we're using as our chicken for today, I'm going to make everything I need to make for the waffles and just set it to the side. So next I'm going to use a bowl about this size, and I'm going to take 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And y'all, I went live today because I didn't give y'all a video on Friday, and I was like, I can't do my people like that. I can't. Let me, yeah, this is 1 cup. I was like, let me come on here so that they at least have 3 videos for the week like I originally promised. So I'm gonna do 1 cup and then 2 cups. Y'all, I forgot I said that my wet batter was going in here, but it's okay. I'm just gonna grab another container. And then I am going to take a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. This is the Argo brand. I think I've used this on camera before. If I haven't, it looks like this if you're not familiar with it. I'm going to take a teaspoon and put it into my flour mixture. And then I could just put this up. I like to clean up as I go. I don't like for there to be a huge mess in the kitchen. And I am going to put in a pinch of pink Himalayan salt because it gives it a good balance. So I put in a little bit of that. I mean, it's less than a teaspoon. I would probably say like 1/4 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. Then I'm going to go in with a few dashes of the pumpkin spice. And it's a lot going in at a time. So let me let y'all see what's going on. There we go. That was 1. That's 2, 3, 4. Because pumpkin spice is a strong flavor, but for some reason, sometimes it just seems like it's not there. I mean, I made some cinnamon. I made some cinnamon rolls, pumpkin spice cinnamon rolls, y'all, and it just seemed like you couldn't really taste the pumpkin spice. I'm talking about I put it in the center where you would put the cinnamon before I rolled it up. All of that, y'all. It was just not the business, but you could taste it a little bit. It just wasn't as out there as I probably would have wanted it to be. So that should be good because I don't want to scare the kids with it. So we got this. We're going to set this to the side. I'm just going to cover it with a little paper towel just because. And then in here, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get my flour ready. I'm going to take that 1 cup. I'm going to make this wet batter for my oyster mushrooms. So I'll do like 1.5 cups for the wet batter. And I really don't need to add anything but seasoning to this. So we're going to do some roasted garlic. You can use regular garlic. You want your batter to have flavor. Your flour has to be seasoned. And we're gonna use some seasoned salt. You use whatever brand you want to use. And then we're going to use a little bit of turmeric because it's a good health benefit, and also because the color of it will really make that chicken look golden. And I'll use some of this table blend seasoning by Dash. Yep. We need that flavor, baby. We need that flavor. And guess what? I'm gonna mix this with water. I'm not putting milk in here, of course. I'll just do water. You can also do some flaxseed, add a little bit of flaxseed. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna do that, y'all. I told y'all I have a lot going on this morning, but um it's gonna be fast, it's gonna be quick, it's gonna be simple because I'm used to multitasking in the kitchen. And if you're watching, don't forget to put your name in the chat. So I'm going to add some flaxseed to this. Yeah, go get the clothes on. So one tablespoon of flaxseed is equivalent to one egg. So I'm gonna make this I'm gonna do like an egg batter. So I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon of this, and you can add 3 tablespoons of water to get that egg if you're just putting this in something. Um, but I'm gonna fill this with water, so that's fine. We're just gonna do the 1 tablespoon. Don't forget, if you're watching, put your name in the chat. Um, one person has been watching and has not put their name in the chat, so you absolutely don't have to, but there's another person on, so I just figured in case you want to, you can. So we're gonna put some water in here, y'all. If you just tuning in, this is for my chicken batter. And then I'm gonna put the roasted potatoes, and I'm gonna do some hash browns for the kids. What are they called? Tater tots. I'm gonna put them on for them, but I'm not frying them. I'm just gonna put them in the air fryer so that while I'm doing the waffles and frying up the oyster mushrooms, I'm multitasking. So let's put this back. Add a little bit of water. And of course, you want to add enough water to where it's not too soupy, but you don't want it too thick to where the chicken oyster mushroom is like sticking. The batter is sticking to the oyster mushroom. You want it to be loose, almost like that pancake or waffle batter. So I need more water. And then y'all, we're gonna start frying this thing. I'm gonna put this on the stove, add some oil. You can use grapeseed oil, you can use olive oil, you can use vegetable oil. Well, I wouldn't use olive oil, take that back. I wouldn't use olive oil because that's more like for dressings and stuff like that. So this is what I'm looking for right here. So I got the consistency that I want. Now I'm gonna take this other bowl over here and add um my other flour to that while this heat up. So I'm gonna add the flour to that bowl along with the seasonings that I use for this one. What else did I want to use? I had the turmeric. No, that's not turmeric. Turmeric, seasoned salt, dash, and garlic. So we're gonna add that to the other bowl of flour. I'm just gonna do like 1 cup of flour for the other bowl. I'm gonna set this to the side. See, look at that. This is what I'm looking for. Set this to the side. Go ahead and turn this on. And we're gonna put 1 cup. Y'all, it doesn't have to be exact. As you can see, I got a little heel top right here. It doesn't have to be exactly a cup or exactly 2 cups. You know, just do what's best for you according to how much you're gonna fry. And you know, I think I'm gonna do a little now and then a little later because they get clumpy when you're mixing between the wet and the dry. It gets really clumpy, so I don't want to waste a lot of flour. So I'm gonna put that up. Go ahead and season it. Let me let y'all see. I'm adding the same thing to this one that I added to the first one. So, ooh, I don't want too much seasoned salt because we have enough in the wet batter. So we're gonna do some seasoned salt, some garlic. Oh, y'all, I didn't even add my lemon pepper. How dare I? Oh, probably because I don't have the one that I like. This is the Dash brand, and it's really thick. Like if this could be grated, like you would grind up the black peppercorn or the pink Himalayan salt, then that would be good. But it's not. So add a little bit of turmeric. Oh, that grease getting hot quickly. Yes, ma'am. Take a fork and just stir this all up. Blend it, mix it. Mm-hmm. So this is for the oyster mushrooms. Now, if you get oyster mushrooms out of the bag like this, you do not have to do much preparation to it, but there is some preparation that needs to be done. So I am going to take my cutting board. Sit this on top of that. And I like to take a toothbrush and kind of like, look, oh, it is, honey. Look at that. So pretty. I like to take a toothbrush and just kind of wipe it, you know, brush it with a little bit of water. And you can cut off this stem piece right here. So let's do that. We're going to prep it by cutting off that piece just a little bit. You don't need to cut off too much. But y'all, when I tell you this food will be done in no time, because while that stuff is going in the air fryer, those tater tots and potatoes, we will be frying up these oyster mushrooms, and we'll be what else we have? Oh, we'll be doing our waffles. So you don't have to cut this piece off, but I like to cut this off because I just can't see that to be something that's edible. So that's just how I prepare it. Look like little stems that wanted to grow, but they just didn't grow. I ain't got time for that. So then you just take the toothbrush, or you can even take a paper towel, y'all, and just wipe it off. And I think I'm gonna do that instead. Like with my portobello mushrooms and like maybe shiitake mushrooms, I like to wash off the top of it because it's so much dirt in it. But with these, I think we could get away with just paper towel wiping it. blotting it with a paper towel. So I'm gonna wet it. Obviously, you don't need anything on it. You just wet it and you just simply wipe it. Yep. And as you can see, it's not much dirt. So I cut that off, cut this off. You can cut them into half like pieces. Like this can be cut in half, and that's two. That'll be two, especially for the kids. They don't need a whole lot. They already have the tater tots and everything else. But there's two pieces of chicken right here. So, and this could probably be three. One, two, three. And then cut this one in half. Even though if it was me, I like keeping them whole like this, because when you fry that thing, I swear you feel like you got like a chicken thigh or something on your plate. If you're just tuning in, you can simply drop your name in the chat if you would like. If you don't, that's fine. But thank you for watching. Y'all, we're making pumpkin spice waffles and chicken. So chicken and waffles, but of course we're not using chicken. So I just chopped the stem, a little bit of the stem off of the oyster mushrooms. And I have my batter already prepared and I'm gonna fry it. So let me let y'all see me. Okay, so I do have another piece left. It's like a big piece too. Look at that. You can probably get, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can get 5 pieces of chicken out of this because it's 5 pretty nice sized pieces. So eventually I'm gonna cook that piece too. I'm just gonna see with how much I cut up right here, see how much we can get. This look like enough. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and put the tater tots in the air fryer for the kids so that can be, doing this thing. And then the last thing we're gonna do is the waffles. Y'all, I haven't had anything to eat. It is what, almost 2 o'clock. So excuse me if I'm all over the place. But yeah, I'm gonna put the tater tots on one side, and then I'm gonna do some roasted potatoes. And normally have a little rip thing, a little dotted line where you can rip it. So that's what I was looking for. Y'all give me a second. I have about 3 roasted potatoes, and 3 potatoes, red potatoes, and I'm gonna roast them in the air fryer. So while we're doing everything else, um, this will be cooking. I won't have to worry about it. I'm just gonna kind of chop it up a little bit into some quarter pieces, and I'm chopping it on the same board as the oyster mushrooms. That's the good thing about the fact that we're eating vegetables and not eating meat. There's no cross contamination. I'm just gonna go ahead and rinse them off. And I'm gonna get a bowl because I like to put a little oil on them and season them up before I put them in there. So I'm using up all the bowls, so I guess we can just do this right here. Put the oyster mushrooms in here. Put them to the side. So anyway, I'm just gonna do quarter pieces Just chop it up in like little pieces. Whatever shape you want to do, just chop them up. They don't have to. It don't have to be cubed. You're just gonna chop them up. This size is pretty good. Chop. So I want to know what y'all ate for Thanksgiving. Tell me what y'all had for Thanksgiving. Anybody want to share what they had? I personally don't celebrate the holiday, but I I do cook, just not even on that day. I just cook in that month. I'm always cooking, so it's like because we're used to it, and I don't know. I still like eat my apple pies and stuff like that. And you could do that any day of the week, any day of the year, whatever. But so I got these little pieces. I am going to add some. I'm gonna rinse them off first. Then I'm gonna add some of that garlic, some garlic and table blend seasoning, and a little bit of seasoned salt. You could put some Southwest seasoning on it, some lemon pepper, whatever you want to add to it. Make it your own. Let's rinse these off. Throw those away. So this is like brunch, honey, because chicken and waffles. I mean, come on now, this gonna be real good too. I'm excited because I've had the oyster mushrooms before. Put some oil on it. Just a little drizzle. I'm using avocado oil, some seasoned salt, some table blend seasoning, and some garlic. And everything won't taste the same. The potatoes is gonna give off a different taste than those oyster mushrooms. But you kind of just toss it around a little bit. Let everything get a little bit of love and add it to the air fryer. Just like that. Roast them. So I have something air frying and roasting. So we'll see how that turn out. I'm sure it'll be fine. So now, y'all, it's time to fry these oyster mushrooms. Bring that oil back up and let's get started. So I'm gonna do this right here with my wet batter and my dry batter. So I'm gonna take my fork, my dry batter. I need me a plate to put this stuff on. So when I finish, I don't know, I might just drop it right into the oil if it's ready. I think it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's ready. I don't want to get popped. So let me just let y'all see what I'm doing. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna take one of my oyster mushrooms, dip it in the wet, Just whatever, all of them. Just however many you want to put in there at a time. Dip it in the wet. It's getting covered with that good flavor. And then I'm going to dip it in my jar. Just like you would some regular chicken. And I'm just going to toss this around. Some people double dip, like you can dip it back into the wet and then dip it into the dry again. But that's what make it really clumpy. And either way, you're gonna get a nice crust on it. So I don't I don't do it that often. Or if I don't feel like I have to, I won't do it. So look at it. Charlie. Okay. Bam. Yes, honey. Wet and the dry. And this has ground flax seed in it, so it's also like making up for an egg replacement. You know, some people put egg in their batter, and that just helps give it an extra crispiness. And you see how big they are. That's why I said the kids will probably get one, because like I said, they already have potato tots, and then they have the waffles, so they only need one of these. Look at that. I could fit four in here at a time, by the way, so that's pretty good. Four at a time. Get all four children out the way right then and there. All right, we're just gonna keep dipping, y'all. I might as well fire them all up. Let's fire them all up. Make sure it's fully covered in that wet batter. You don't even have to use flour as a wet batter. Also, you know, you can use, not to say you don't know, but just in case, you can use like buttermilk, like how I showed y'all in the beginning of the video, how to make this vegan buttermilk. You can use that. Oh, y'all, it smells so good. Oh my goodness. Y'all, excuse my drawer. It's not as organized as it used to be, but I'll get better. Don't worry. Okay. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. Like nobody can tell me I'm not trying to. Tater tots are pretty much they're really close to being done. I'm gonna put these on this little plate here. Just to drain the grease, I'm gonna go ahead and put them in here. But then I'm gonna put them in the oven just to keep that crispiness. I got my oven on warm. So and this is good as you know, if you want to do brunch, breakfast or lunch. You know, I said brunch because you know this time of the day or for breakfast only or for lunch. Um, look at that. You can even see the seasoning store back. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Oh, and it's crispy and it's crunchy. I'm telling you, it tastes like chicken. It absolutely does. Sure, we're not keeping that grease. Uh-oh. Oh, he say he ain't ready. He jumped right back in there. You got to come out today, baby. Got to come out today. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. Uh-huh. Yes, ma'am. And it actually has a chicken-like taste. Very much so. Obviously, you're not eating meat, you know. A lot of people like to say, oh, it's not meat. Well, of course not. But that's the good thing, right? And it still tastes like chicken. I mean, you can't beat it. And y'all, I made if you're not following my IG, it's cooking with underscore mommy. And I made hot wing sauce to go with these and made some fries on the side. Yeah, okay. That was good. You can go on there and check out that video because I actually recorded the video of me. I mean, recorded a video of me just showing y'all what it looked like with that hot wing sauce. So my point in saying that is you can absolutely put a sauce on here and it won't get um what I'm trying to say, soggy. It'll still be just as crunchy. Maybe that's, how I prepare it because of how I prepared the batter. It still had a crunchiness to it, even with the sauce on it. So this is like a very, very good substitution for chicken. Really good. So I feel like we have enough. I don't know. My husband might be a little greedy, so I might make a little bit more. But I don't know, men like to eat. So I didn't cut the stem off the bottom of this one because I forgot. So it can be a little chewy, but it's all edible. But because it's chewy, that's why I like to cut it off. So it's not a must, but that's just how I prepare mine. And if for whatever reason that crunch, the flour doesn't hold or you don't get it fully battered in the flour or covered in the flour, you can always, excuse me in my camera, you can always leave it without the batter because it'll be like a kind of like a wet batter, a beer batter texture on the chicken, and that's fine too. So it's just all and how you would like to prepare it. But with chicken and waffles, we want to crunch because I think that goes well with like texture waffles and the fried chicken, that crunchiness, and then you got your waffle. It balances out. My son, he's peeking. If y'all can't see him, but he all up in here, so he's distracting me. So I'm gonna add these to the oven. Not on the plate, of course. I have a pan in here, and I'm just going to. You can leave it on the napkin, or you can take the napkin off, however you want to do it. Just going right back into the oven because the oven is on warm, so it's gonna keep that crispiness on the chicken. And I'm gonna add the rest of them onto the plate to drain. Woo! These things smell good and they look good. I think I did enough, y'all. This is more than enough. And it smells so good. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't put them in the air fryer, if you're wondering, I haven't tried it in the air fryer yet, but this gives you the best texture of the oyster mushrooms, like that crunchiness, like just how it looks, and you can hear it. It's really crunchy, and like I said, it tastes like chicken. So yeah, the air fryer, I don't know how that's gonna work just yet, but I will try it and see. I'm gonna turn that off, y'all. I'm gonna get this stuff cleaned up real quick, real quick, and then we're gonna do these waffles and call it a morning or afternoon, y'all. I'm still stuck in morning, but it's afternoon. What's TJ? Oh, what's it? Oh, okay. I know. I thought it was either you or Dad. I wasn't sure. So we're just gonna clean up a little bit. I mean, I'm gonna clean up as much as I can because I don't want y'all to. I don't want this to be a long, drawn out video, so I'm gonna clean up as much as I can. Put these up for later. And y'all, it's time to start that wet batter. I'm gonna throw this away, y'all. Get rid of all of this. And then we're gonna work on that wet batter for the waffles and go ahead and start making them. Plug this in. Tater tots are done. So we just gotta check these roasted potatoes, y'all. All right, y'all. So let me add the rest of these chicken pieces to this oven. Yeah, keep it on warm because we'll be eating in a little. Oh, I wish y'all can taste this and smell this. This is like really, it smells so good. Well, the tater tots. I don't know why I keep forgetting the name of these things, but tater tots they won't have grease on it or oil besides the natural. They're so they look good. They came out really good, pretty golden. Look at that. I mean, obviously it's just some regular tater tots, but they came out pretty golden, and that was my first time making them in here. So let's see if I can get me a. Put them in a pan and just sit it to the side. Oh yes. 3 minutes on the roasted potatoes. You know what? I should have posted to make sure it's doing what it needs to do. Oh yeah. Okay. So that's good. Now let's do our waffles, y'all. I'm gonna use coconut oil. I have a little bit of this left. I'm gonna use coconut oil to heat up, to put on the plates of the waffle maker because that coconut flavor from the oil mixed with the pumpkin spice, and you can even include a little bit of cinnamon on it. Y'all, just the coconut and pumpkin spice together. It's so good. So this is what I like to use when we do like pancakes or waffles, no matter what, even if it's just regular, if you don't do the pumpkin spice, this is what we like to use. So I'm gonna use that to brush on the plate. And I'm gonna do a wet batter. I got a lot of dishes to wash because I'm trying to move rather quickly. But anyway, my wet batter is going to be, look at that. See how it's separated? It's still some good, of course, but if you didn't see, what we did was we added in, let me see, let you see that. We added in some apple cider vinegar into a cup and a half of almond milk. So I'm gonna pour that in here because that's how we got our buttermilk consistency. And then I'm going to add, you can add 2 tablespoons, 1 tablespoon, however much you want to add of the vanilla extract. This is the Benjamin brand, y'all. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna pour it. Don't judge me. That was a lot. But it's imitation and it's, it's artificial, I should say, same thing. And so I'm just gonna put that in here, just give it a little stir. And then I'm gonna add it to my dry batter. So let me get my plates ready. Dip my brush into the coconut oil, and just brush the plates, the top plates and the bottom plates. And that what I put on that amount that I had on the brush is enough for all 4 plates. So set this to the side. And we're gonna go ahead and add this wet into the dry, stir as I go. Make sure we have enough. I'm just gonna trust myself and just go ahead and pour all of it because I'm gonna trust that the amount of flour that I use and the amount of buttermilk that I mixed up is enough. Now this is some measurement that I came up with, and if I'm off, all I gotta do is add a little bit more milk or add a little bit more flour, depending on it's thick. So already I know I need more milk. See that, y'all? Our potatoes are ready. Yes. We don't want to stir. We don't want to over stir because if you do, it can be heavy. I'm talking about thick. It can be really heavy. So you don't want to over stir, but you do want the majority of the lumps out. Now this is perfect. So if you over stir it, or if you don't over stir it, you'll have a light, fluffy pancake or waffle, whatever you're making. Because this batter can be used for both, and it's vegan, of course. So, yeah, this is really good. And you don't need sugar because you're gonna have your maple syrup, or you can use agave nectar, whatever kind of sweetener you like. You can use icing on top of these. That'll be fun for the children. Use icing. I was gonna make a cream cheese icing, but yeah, we'll see. So this is good. I don't want to overstir it, like I said. And I'm just gonna take a spoon and just pour it on one of these plates. Let's see what's going on. Oh yes, and the roasted potatoes look perfect. Turn it off. Yeah, we're just waiting on these waffles, honey. I got oyster mushrooms, aka the fried chicken, in the oven. Yes, baby. This was worth the wait. When I tell you I haven't had anything all day, I don't think my kids ate anything either because they knew I was gonna make this the pumpkin spice waffles. So they were like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna wait till you make it." But I had to make a run to go and get the oyster mushrooms, so that's what held me up. Oh, it smells so good. It smells good. Yes, and I think this gonna overflow. I think I'm putting a little too much, y'all, because like I said, I don't measure anything, and that could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing. It just depends. I had to teach myself how to bake. My mother, as excellent as a cook that she was, excellent of a cook as she was, she did not bake. So I would go in the kitchen, I would kind of like play around with stuff. Like I would go in there and mix up some flour, bread. I had out of all five of us, three of us didn't like bananas, and two of us did. So not my baby sister, but the one before her. She liked bananas, and then my brother, our only brother, he liked bananas, but me, my other two sisters, we didn't like bananas. So either way, I would go in there and I knew that like we kept a lot of bananas for whatever reason. So I would slice them up and make like banana bread. I would experiment with that because I knew that if nobody else ate it, they'll eat it because they had bananas in it. So I just gradually taught myself how to bake just by playing and stuff at the age of 12. I wouldn't say I'm the best baker, but I can bake. So we want to wait till the light turn green. Y'all had this waffle maker for a long time. Like, oh, that pumpkin spice smells so good. But I had the waffle maker for a while, y'all. I think while the waffles are doing what they do, I think I'm gonna make some pancakes because, like I said, some of my kids they don't like the waffles. They like the pancakes better, and I think it's because, like I said in the beginning of the video, the pancakes are like fried and the waffles are steamed, and I guess that tastes different. They don't like it, so I'll fry them up some pancakes. But if y'all want to see how these do with the pancakes, just put it in the comment box, and I'll probably just, do a video because I wanted to do like a breakfast holiday tradition type of video for the month of November or towards the end of November. But I was like, we'll see. I might do it for Christmas. So just because I didn't do it for November, so I may do it for Christmas. Or not necessarily for Christmas, but for the month of December. So anyway, y'all, let me show y'all how I would plate this up. So I'm gonna do one with the roasted potatoes and get me. I'm waiting on it to turn green. It seemed like it would be done by now, but oh, there it is. Boom. All right, steam come through. Oh, and that coconut pumpkin spice, y'all, that smells so good. And then we got our oyster mushrooms. It's still crispy. Let me get one of these waffles. We'll see. Hopefully the kids don't be all extra picky today. We're gonna see if they want the waffles or the pancakes. It's hot. Oh, Shauna, don't burn yourself good. So they probably can get like two waffles because these are some decent sized waffles. Let me let you see that. pretty decent size. Then got the roasted potatoes, and you just drizzle some syrup on top or some icing, however you want to eat it. But y'all, haven't had anything to eat all day, like I said, and I know that this is good. I know the kids will enjoy it. I'm gonna finish making up the rest of these waffles and probably just do some pancakes just so I don't. I'm not coming back in the kitchen until dinner time. So y'all, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You can share this video or any of the other videos that I have on here. Don't forget to comment. And if I didn't say like it, turn on the notification bell. I really appreciate you all. And you all have a very blessed and safe rest of your day, rest of the month, rest of the year, y'all. Be safe. See you soon.